you are the creator of your own destiny. Whether you know it or not, you define and you determine the outcome of your life. And today I want to talk to you a little bit about what this looks like or how you can develop this further in your niche recruitment and staffing agency business. Sometimes we get caught up in the idea or in the situation of where we are today and how things don't look like they're going our way. We get caught up in this whole idea of I don't have enough money, I'm not where I want to be, I don't have enough clients, I don't know how to get clients. We get caught up in all the things that we can't do or we have no control over, never once taking the time to think about what it is that we want to create. And I'm here to tell you today that, this is one of my motivational moments. I'm so fired up today, I can't even tell you a story. Every time someone picks the phone up and they call me or they call my office and I get a chance to answer, or I read an email and they're saying, D, I want to do this business, but I'm afraid. D, I want to do this business, but I'm not sure if I'll be able to succeed. D, I want to do this business, but my husband is not on board with me. D, I want to do this business, but I'm working a full-time job. D, I want to do this business, but I don't have enough money. D, I want to do this business, but it's the but. and I'm here to tell you that in all honesty, you define the outcome of your business. You define the outcome of your life. You define whether or not this will work for you, right? And a lot of times we kind of get caught up, right? And again, I'm talking about the caught up because I've been getting these calls, I've been getting these emails of all the buts, and I don't know how, I don't know if, all those great things. But I'm here or all of those things, because they're not necessarily great. But I'm here to tell you today, I'm here to encourage you to start creating what it is that you actually want in your life and in your business. If you're watching these videos on a consistent basis or you have a dream, forget recruiting and staffing, right? Let's just say that you have a dream. Let's just say that you have an idea. You have a business idea that you want to embark on, but you don't have the money, but you don't know the clients, but you don't know how to do the business. I want you to understand that you create literally your own destiny. Now, how? D, okay, yeah. I hear that all the time. I get that all the time. I don't understand. How do I create my own destiny? You have to start putting things into play, putting things into action, moving energy into movement. And in the direction of where you want to go and where you want to be. So if you have already started your own niche recruiting and staffing agency business and you're trying to figure out, how do I get clients? You're the creator, right? You're the creator. So first things first you got to get fired up, right? You got to get excited around the idea. Because you can't find a client or you're not sure how or all, that's no reason to look backwards or to think, oh, I don't know how. No, you've got to get fired up and excited about the idea of you obtaining your own clients. You've got to get excited and fired up about the idea of you having this business, of you succeeding in this business, of you growing this business, of you 10xing this business, of you maintaining this business, of you being the top niche recruitment and staffing agency business on the planet. You've got to get fired up around it. Woo! I get excited. When you get fired up about things, when you get fired up around the ideas that you have, when you get fired up around your business, you begin to put motion and action and motion. Either way, you begin to move. And when you begin to move, that is when you start to create your destiny. That is when you begin to move. The question is, will you allow the doubt to flow away? The question is, will you allow the fear to flow away? The question is, will you give yourself permission to succeed? Will you give yourself permission to grow? Will you give yourself permission to take this idea, to take whatever obstacle in your business to the next level, right? Will you give yourself permission to do that without fear, without doubt, without insecurity? You know, you've got to give yourself permission to do that. And when you take a moment, when you take the time to step back and say, this is my time. This is my time, and I can do this, and I'm going to do this, and I am doing this. That is when you become a creator. That is when you become a creator, a real creator. Because then that energy that you've created, that energy, that excitement that you've created around what it is that you want to do, let me just tell you, it starts to spark more ideas for you to be able to succeed and to be able for you to reach the goals that you want to reach. It starts to spark this energy flow around you where you walk out the door and you go to the Starbucks, or you go to the the grocery store, or wherever you may be, and what happens is the right person at the right time comes up to you and says, hey, what do you do? Right? I remember I was on the line one day with one of my staffingpreneurs, and he said, Dee, he said, he's an officer, but he's really passionate about starting his very own niche recruitment and staffing agency business. So he was kind of feeling that energy, just like real fired up, right? Just completely fired up around the idea. And he's walking around a college campus, and this lady walks to the bookstore, and she goes, man, I missed the bookstore. I thought they were open, and they're not open. And do you know what time they open? And he begins to tell her, well, you just missed them. They closed, and they'll be back open tomorrow morning. She's like, man. And he starts to have a conversation with her. And throughout the conversation, now all the while, in his heart and his mind, he knew. He's like, oh, starting my own niche recruiting and staffing agency business is for me. I just gotta get all the tools and get all the resources and understand how the business works, but it's for me. So he's talking to this lady and comes to find out that she is a top level executive at a hospital. And he starts to ask her questions. What type of staff do you need? And how often do you guys hire? And all of these different things. And she starts to tell him. And then, something happens, and he goes, I'm starting my own recruiting and staffing agency business, and I would definitely love to be able to support you. And she goes, oh my gosh, like, when are you launching? And he tells her when he's launching, and she gives him her number and says, call me. I would like to be your first client. Do you see what I'm saying? When you're talking about being the creator of your own destiny, it all falls around your mental and your emotional mindset. And yes, you have an emotional mindset. It's all about your mental and emotional mindset. So when you start to focus on the end result, on what you actually want for your business, whether you want to have the largest niche candidate base within the niche that you're in to be able to place the right candidates with the right client at every time, whether it is finding the right clients to be able to match with your candidates, whether it is to have the biggest and best niche brand, whether it is whatever it may, to have the best niche staffing agency on the planet. It's your choice. But when you start to take that energy inside, that emotional energy, and when you start to move your thoughts in the direction of where you want to go, I'm telling you right now, the opportunities are endless. So today, I challenge you. I challenge you to become the creator of your own destiny. I challenge you to let go of your fears. I challenge you to let go of your doubt. I challenge you to step out of your comfort zone. I challenge you to get fired up. I challenge you to get fired up about your business. I challenge you to get fired up about the goals that you have. And I challenge you to be the creator of your own destiny. You can do this, whether you believe it or not. Even though it starts with belief, you can do this whether you believe it or not. As long as you know it, as long as you know that you are the creator of your own destiny, and you understand that the thoughts, that the energy, that the feelings that you have around this business will determine the outcome and the success, you're in a great place. My name is Dee Williams. I am a recruitment and staffing trainer and coach for the recruitment and staffing industry. I am honored beyond belief to have this very conversation with you. I want you to stop thinking about it. I want you to get in the mindset of being where you want to be in your business and allow the energy around you that you're creating to take you where you want to be. You are the creator of your own destiny. Get fired up about your business.